Hi guys,
Hey.
it's Empress Jack Rabbit.
Tori Blue 151.
Excuse me, and it's Friday, May 29th. I really love this day because this is the start of my birthday palooza. With these earrings, these gold earrings, hoop earrings being the first gift from the girls. Shout out to Tori Blue and to Camille 422001. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, my birthday is actually on Monday, but I am a type of person that I like to have these birthday paloozas.
Oh, yeah.
And a palooza is an extended party, just sort of the same thing as a Coachella or something like that. So, yeah, this is day one of it. Anyways, so happy birthday to me.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Well, we actually came on here because our next step in our journey, or hopefully our journey that you guys will come with us, is just, we're trying to give you some little history. We mentioned this yesterday in our video, and we don't want anyone just going in whole hog.
No, that it's not a good idea. I will be honest, say we kind of did that, especially on the soy tip, and it tore our stomachs up.
It really did.
It was already enough that our body was detoxing, but the soy made it worse. And it was crampy, and
Very, very much so. And then when you're eating a plant-based diet, anyways, it's water soluble, in meaning that it's water. So you do get full, but you're constantly in there with not constant diarrhea. That doesn't happen.
No.
Just at the very beginning, you go a few times more maybe than you thought. But you're constantly in there urinating because one of the things that you must do when you're eating this way is to drink that water. Like they always tell us, drink 6 to 8 glasses of water.
Right.
You really got to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water because if you look at it, these are complex carbohydrate foods, fibrous foods, and nuts. And so you've got to get that flushed down through your body. And you actually do, you can actually feel it going down and flushing out. Not to mention that detox that we spoke of that lasts a couple days, that whatever you ate before has to be gone because now you're starting on a new journey.
Right.
But we thought that we would come in and do pros and cons of deciding to go vegan. I never want to paint you guys a picture that says that we got the answers or whatever, but we want to give you a chance to make your own decision. So you want to start with the pros or the cons?
We'll start with the pros. We'll start with positive.
I'll do cons, you do pros.
Okay. First con, it's definitely a great detox.
That's a pro.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm lost. The first pro is, again, a great detox. For the first week, it's just total detox of whatever you've been eating. Another pro definitely is variety. There's a misconception among vegan eating is that all you eat is salad once a day. That's it.
Right.
You can eat tons of different fruits and vegetables all day. Fruits and vegetables, some grains, some nuts. You can eat that as much as you like, as long as you like, however.
And quite frankly, if you wanted to do a transition into it, you can eat everything that you ordinarily eat. Just take out the meat and the dairy and the eggs. That's it. But the rest, you can still have everything that you would have eaten, but slowly eliminate those things as well if you're trying to get a raw vegan. A raw vegan is not cooking anything.
Right. Another pro, lots of energy. You have lots of energy and stamina, especially for exercise purposes and just daily life. You're less tired. You feel happy. You feel energetic. It makes you feel real good.
That's true. Like we did our treadmilling today, and it went so fast. There was no bunch of huffing and puffing, but I'll tell you what, we really got our sweat on.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't feel fatigued or lethargic or anything because here we are right now.
Right.
And it felt great.
Another pro, clear skin. Jack Rabbit was noticing that in my skin I was getting dark circles. And I'm young. I should not be having dark circles. I'm starting to get them. Or as we mentioned the other day, Camille 422001, was having skin issues, like with blemishes here and there, or like dark spots on her face, and that cleared up quickly.
Yeah, it was almost as if she had a dark mask on her face.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not like a Halloween trick or treat mask, but a mask like a dark skin or dirt, or I don't know what it was. But once she started eating this way, that all went away. And you can see she looked like Charlemagne the God, actually, who everyone is talking about his new skin regime. And she looks very shiny like that.
Definitely shiny. My last pro is versatility. You can do whatever it is you want with the vegetables, eating it just raw or cooking it certain ways. Like we like to do lots of good stir fries. We love doing that. Vegetable soups,
yams that you can just munch on.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of good stuff that you can do with it. You don't just have to eat it raw or just salad.
You want to have a staple food, like something that'll hold. Like say if you're going to have fruit in the morning, have a banana and then other fruit,
right?
Because that banana is like a staple sort of Klingon food. Or let's say your mid-meal, you want something, eat a yam because that's going to hold you. We like brown rice, which we'll eat in the evening as well to go with stir fry, or we might have a ramen noodle stir. But those things in there are great and it's delicious. It brings out this creative side in you. Okay, as far as let me just add on to the pros too. You don't have to live by any rules.
No.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do this if I had to, eat X amount of calories or eat every 6 meals a day and all this kind of stuff. There's been so much craziness around food,
right?
Because it seems as though people are obsessed with living to eat,
right,
rather than eating to live. I'm going to tell you, eat when you are hungry. Let your body guide you, not you. Oh, it's noon, I need to have something to eat. Then you start stuffing it in. When you start eating this way and you have staples, for example, in your food, you'll learn how to go longer, and your stomach is a muscle, so it stretches bigger and smaller. It'll adjust, and you're not going to necessarily want to have food every few minutes.
Right.
Like in the morning, we might have fruit and a bowl of fruit. And of course, any kind of fruit. I like bananas. I'm a big person for potassium. But you can have those, apples, oranges, watermelons, cantaloupes, cherries, strawberries. Whatever it is that you want. Mid-meal, I usually will have a handful of nuts. If I feel like just a little hungry, mid-meal, 2 or 3 hours later. Lunch, there again, like I said, I'll probably have fruit again, or I might have a yam, just a regular yam. If you bake it and let it sit, it's absolutely delicious, and it's got natural sweetness to it. You don't need to add anything to it. Just peel the skin off and go at it. And if you choose to warm it up, you can. And then in the evening time, we will have things like, we'll have a plate of things. Some veggies, like maybe we had sauteed Brussels sprouts, or we might have a salad to go along with that, or pickled cucumbers. We might have a stir fry. We will have at least 5 or 6 dishes on the plate, comprised primarily of vegetables. And then if we're late at night and we're hungry, we'll have ear pop popcorn. Great fiber. You don't have to do it up too much, and it's delicious. And that's just a typical day.
Yeah. Okay,
so on the negative side, and it's one thing that Tori Boo had mentioned, this is a myth that you won't have anything to eat. I was telling my daughter, I said, "Oh, well, we can go out to eat," and she had been for this type of eating regime or eating habit, and I don't mean Tori, but Camille. She says to me, she was just like going to be in tears. "I don't know what I'm going to have to eat." And I said, "Sure, you can have nachos minus this, that, and the other." Or it wasn't nachos she had. It was some kind of stuffed something. But she could have that meatless. She could have soup or onion soup, tomato soup, a great big salad. So she ended up getting a big Cobb salad, I think, and something else.
It was nachos.
Was it a nacho thing?
It was some brisket nachos, but we, of course, didn't have the brisket.
Right. And I had a lettuce wedge, a goddess salad. It says lettuce wedge, and a little dressing on there, and onion soup. At the end of the day, I was completely full. I felt great, and we just carried on. So there is a variety of things, and yes, you can eat out. A lot of places, better places, have vegan options. Some places have, when I lived in California, they have vegan restaurants you can actually go to. But if you don't, this is your opportunity to learn to cook.
Yeah.
So that is a myth that your options are limited. Your options are as limited as your creativity is. The second biggest myth, and I should have did this one first, that I learned was, fruits and veggies are so expensive.
Oh, was that such a lie?
Right.
We found out just reading our facts and watching ourselves as we were shopping that they make the fruit and vegetable section like a maze, so that it's super tight, it's packed, you're constantly saying excuse me and bumping into people, and eventually just like forget it and we go on to my next thing.
Right. And where your next money goes is some meat.
Right.
Well, as it turned out, when we did our first couple of hauls, I paid less than what I would ever pay if I had gotten dairy products and meat. It was considerably less. And yet, I'm telling you, I had so many bags of stuff. We had run out of room in the refrigerator.
Right.
We had so much stuff. So that's a myth. It is much less expensive going fruits and veggies and brown rice or quinoa or something like that.
Right.
What else is a negative? Oh, like if there's a party or get together, you can't have anything to eat.
Right.
You can bring me that. Sure, you can. You can have your own dishes that may not be the what everyone else is eating, but it'll still be good.
Definitely.
Hey, what's up?
Another con would be that when you have let's say junk food, vegan junk food. That's another con. Stuff like we found out Oreos were vegan. Twinkie stuff are vegan too. They use shortening and stuff for the creams. The soy burgers, the veggie chips, all that kind of stuff. That's a con too, because that has the exact same amount of sugar as regular chips.
Exactly, and that's really a con because they don't have the same amount of sugar. They have more sugar because they'll take out, especially when you see the labels that are fat free and all that. They have to have a taste to it, so they increase the sugar so it's still palatable for you. It's great to go vegan, but it's not great to include those vegan fast foods. You could do burritos and all that kind of stuff, and not have the meat in there, but still not have the benefits of the freshness and what you're trying to get into your system, or the reductions of weight that comes with it. I saw a documentary that this lady did about turning vegan. She was doing it as an experiment as part of her documentary, and she went 2 weeks. And the first thing she got at the grocery store were chips and soy burgers and soy hot dogs and all this cookies and this kind of stuff. And then by the fourth day, she was talking about how lethargic she is because her eating had changed in such a way she had increased what she had been eating because she had forced herself to eat fruits and veggies, which she didn't really like, plus all this processed food. And so obviously she gained weight. And so she ended up having a negative conclusion of turning vegan or even vegetarian. And to me, honestly, she never gave it a chance. You've got to want to cook. So I'm going to put that as a pro con. If you've never cooked, you can cook now. There's tons of recipes online. I love going to cookbooks, or YouTube is great. And a lot of the ingredients you already have.
Super simple. You don't have to do extra as you would with meat. You gotta get extra this and extra that, tenderizers and all that.
Right. So you have all that, and the food is absolutely delicious. We grew up basically vegan at my parents' house, so it wasn't a stretch for me to give it a try.
Right.
That's really, I think, about it as far as the negatives. Or will you stick to it? Well, I guess not really. Will you stick to it, and is it hard? I think, first of all, if you eat any vegetables at all, it's not hard.
No.
It's not hard because you can transition into in between foods.
Yeah.
Like you could have the nacho chips or something like that. For example, or the little burritos with the beans and the rice and the veggies, but you can begin to transition out of that as you go along. It's not difficult at all. I guess I don't really know anyone that yearns and craves for meat like that. Will you have yearnings or will you have cravings sometimes? Sure. If somebody's in there cooking a great big slab of something meat on the grill, of course you are. But you need to be thinking about what they do to the animals to get that meat to your table.
Right.
Or if you're not into that ethical part of it and you're looking to do something different with your weight, well, you're adding on something that your body doesn't need.
Exactly.
And it's just going to sit there on your stomach or your hips or butt or what have you, and it's going to continue to grow. I'm going to say one more time, I can't say it enough, you got to reduce the sugar.
Have to.
You really, really do. That's the only, I think, for me, like, tricky part.
Right, it's the sugar.
Although I've never been a big sugar fan or whatever, had a sweet tooth, but sometimes you do get a craving for it.
Oh yeah, you do get your cravings.
And so
replace with fruits.
Right, you can replace it with fruit. And listen, if you do it and you fall off the wagon, don't beat yourself up about it.
Oh,
just get back up that next day and start fresh, because tomorrow is another day.
Exactly.
Anything else you want to add today? It's been 17 minutes.
I think we've touched everything pretty much. Yeah.
If you like it, give it a try. Start off with a couple weeks, like the lady on the documentary did, with going vegan, and see how you feel. I feel considerable amount of energy, and I'm going to be 55 Monday, so I feel really fantastic and really happy and really clear in my mind, and see how you feel. But if you like this, subscribe.
Thumbs up.
And comment. I'd love to see if you're taking the journey with us. Have a great day.
See ya.
Bye.